The Qur'an claims to be the final, perfect revelation from an all-knowing God. A book with no contradictions, no errors, no confusion. But in Surah 19 verse 28, Mary, the mother of Jesus, is called sister of Aaron. And elsewhere, the Qur'an says her father's name is Imran, the Arabic form of Amram, who is known in the Bible as the father of Moses, Aaron, and their sister Miriam. This isn't a parable, it isn't poetry. It's a direct claim that Mary was the sister of Aaron, the daughter of Imran, and by extension, the same Miriam from the book of Exodus. But historically, that's impossible. Miriam lived around 1400 years before Christ. Mary lived in the 1st century after Christ. There's a 1,400-year gap, and yet the Quran presents them as the same person. This isn't a metaphor, it's a mistaken identity. Even early Muslims noticed the error. In Sahih Muslim 2135, someone confronted Muhammad about it directly. They asked why Mary was being called the sister of Aaron. And Muhammad responded, "They used to name people after prophets and righteous men." But that doesn't solve the problem. Mary isn't just called sister of Aaron. She's given the same father, Imran, and no clarification is offered. No correction. Just a vague excuse made after the fact. But the Bible gives us clarity. Mary was born to Joachim and Anna, an elderly couple who had no children. They prayed for a child and vowed to dedicate her fully to God if he answered. Mary was their only child, not the sister of anyone, let alone Moses and Aaron. This means the Quranic author didn't know who Mary really was. He wasn't revealing anything, he was repeating stories he had heard, and got them confused. It's a clear example of oral folklore being mistaken for divine revelation. And it doesn't end there. In the Quran, Haman, a Persian official from the Book of Esther, is placed in Egypt working for Pharaoh. Pharaoh builds a tower to reach heaven, a story taken from Babylon, not Egypt. Jesus is denied crucifixion despite overwhelming historical, textual, and eyewitness evidence to the contrary. None of this reflects divine knowledge. It reflects a limited man, relying on second-hand stories, blending timelines, names, and nations into a patchwork that falls apart the moment you look closely. If the Quran were truly from God, it wouldn't confuse two women separated by 14 centuries. It wouldn't give Mary the wrong family. It wouldn't need Muhammad to explain away what Allah allegedly meant. This isn't revelation. It's confusion presented as certainty. It's a mistake, not just of history but of authorship. Because an all-knowing God doesn't get these things wrong.